All right, everybody. Welcome back to another week of It's Monday, y'all. Couch Critics edition. So, if you haven't caught up yet, which you should, first week we did The Long Walk, some mixed reviews on that. Then we did The Gorge. I think for the most part, everybody kind of had the same sentiment to that movie, that it was probably entertaining but average. And then this week we did the movie Together, featuring Dave Franco and his wife, Alison Brie, right?
Yeah.
Alison Brie. Apologize.
Just learned they were
to
married
Allison.
too.
Yep. Apologize to Allison about that. But all right. What's going on, guys? How are we?
Not
Sorry.
a whole lot, man.
There's not a lot of good things happening for me. I have to, if I look over to my left, I watch my Red Sox getting absolutely slaughtered by a guy in front of me who's also wearing a Yankees hat. So whichever direction I look right now, I have to look at a Yankees hat, which is, again, I know last week we got into a little bit of baseball talk, which is, this is not what this is about.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Not.
I just want to be myself when we're on here. And if I didn't mention that, that wouldn't allow me to be myself.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I'll reel it back in, though. So again, this week was Together. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you did watch the movie already, because we're probably going to talk about bits and pieces of it that might spoil some moments for you. As a disclaimer, if you haven't watched the movie yet, check it out. And if you haven't watched the movie but you choose to proceed, know that there's going to be some spoilers that are discussed. So we've talked about Letterboxd a couple of times. Again, if this is your first time joining us, Letterboxd is a way for you to be able to see the reviews that other people, similar to yourself, have left on movies such as this. If you're more like Freddy, who's a man of the suits, go check out the credit score or the critic score. If you're if you're for the people like me and Brad, Letterboxd is for you. But I think Brad told me that he has a beef with Letterboxd, so I think we're going to hear that. But the movie Together came with an average rating of 3.3 out of 5. So last week, Brad, I think we started with you. So this week,
it's gonna. I want to go with Fred. Dude, let Fred start this one. Why'd you say, "Oh my God, Fred"? We started out.
What's that?
Why are you, "Oh my God" already?
Because I couldn't believe it was that high.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I was going to ask what it was because I didn't check Letterboxd. So for starters, I would like to say that I'm a big Alison Brie fan, which kind of left a nasty taste in my mouth after watching this. And I couldn't believe that someone like Alison Brie, who was in one of the greatest shows of all time, TV shows, starring, would take a movie this bad. Now, I'm assuming that she's doing her husband a favor, or like, I'm not sure. Listen, secure the bag. I'm all about it. So maybe that's part of it. And again, I'm not into paranormal, supernatural, zombie like type things. So that kind of swayed me a little bit. But if it was a good movie, it's a good movie. This movie, to me personally, I thought it was one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. I kept checking to see how much time was left because I couldn't wait for it to be over. So that's one indication where I was like, this is bad. It was really bad to me. And again, the weird part was the whole time, all I did was question Alison Brie's choices in life. Like, I couldn't believe someone of her stature would take this type of movie. So if
Fred, if you don't mind me asking,
she's Trudy in Mad Men. Amazing role. It's just crazy that someone who starred in one of the greatest TV series of all time, I think, arguably top 10, would take something like this. It blew my mind. Like, I think that it had a lot to do with her husband, stuff like that. Like, throw him a bone. Like, yeah, sure, honey. Yeah, cool, whatever. Didn't even read the script. Like, yeah, okay. I'll show up. What time do I have to be there?
right.
But with all that being said, in a rating system, I mean, and I'm being generous because I'm an Alison Brie fan. I'm going to go 1.3 would be my rating. And it would be lower if it wasn't Alison Brie in the movie. So I feel bad. Like, I feel bad rating her work that low. But there has to be reasoning behind it. So, like, I'm going to trust the process and trust that there is some reasoning behind why she accepted this role. But yeah, I'm going to go at 1.3.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of a bold sentiment. I don't really know. I mean, Freddy, we'll go to Brad, but you know, a lot of that criticism was kind of fueled by just the movie being bad, not really necessarily a particular reason why. So maybe we'll come back to Freddie, or maybe Brad will provide that.
Well,
You want to go ahead?
why
ahead,
it was
Fred.
so bad, it was brutal to watch. I thought the concept was terrible. I thought that I'm not into zombies and that whole like paranormal, the water turning you into something or whatever. Me personally, I just thought it was weak. I thought that it was very not thought out. I don't know. It was just all around was weak to me. It wasn't like there were a couple jump scares here and there, but I mean, the coolest thing about the entire movie to me was crushing up the volume and snoring it. Like that, when they did that one scene, I was like, wow, this is a cool movie. And then I was like, that was it. Like that was my only positive tidbit would be the crushing up the volume because it's relatable. But like the rest of the stuff is not relatable to me. A cabin in the woods, hiking, nature, you know, that stuff, zombies, that's not relatable to me. Crushing up volume and sniffing it, yeah, that's pretty relatable. So like that would be my only positive note to the whole film.
Well, I mean, what about the like, you know, codependency type backward story of it, like spending a lot of time with your significant other? I know obviously Fred and I've known each other for years, like, you know, especially during COVID and some other things, like his wife worked from home, he worked from home, like always being around each other and learning that dynamic with each other on the roles. Like you've been through that. I mean, that's a part of that movie, right? That it kind of like gives you like, you know, the roles and relationships and things like that. I mean, I can get that out of it, you know, where he kind of got lost in the weeds, you know, because he was trying to pursue a music career, you know, and she was, as her career was moving up, you know, that's I guess the back part of it, so to say. But I am 100% with you, Fred. I thought both of you actually made me watch this movie on purpose because yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I would rather watch 50 guys walk 3.5 miles per hour.
Clip that.
And get shot as like a last man standing kind of archaic way of like and then watch this. I thought it was terrible. I guess the Alison Brie, I'm still yet to watch Mad Men. I've watched a couple episodes. I have to watch it. I know I would love it. It's just a big commitment, right?
It is. John Hamm, though. I mean, yeah.
There was so many parts of this movie where it gave me like this eerie, uncomfortable feeling. And those of you who follow me on social media, the picture that I posted immediately after watching this was like, and then the way it ended when we'll say, opened the door, I actually rewound the movie to see that part again because I knew what they were trying to do. And then I had to see the person again and be like, oh, they're literally together, like one person. You used the term last week, Nolan, slow burn. And that's exactly my feeling on this movie. It was slow burn. My gripe herein lies with Letterboxd and itself. So let me kind of take you back to, I believe it was Sunday that I watched this movie. I watched it and I just felt uncomfortable. Like I needed to cleanse my soul. So what I did is I needed a good rom-com. So I popped in Reminders of Me. And look at Nolan just shaking his head. Hold on. I needed a good rom-com to just kind of like cleanse my soul. So I watched the movie and I thought it was a great movie. So I was curious on what Letterboxd thought of the movie in the rating system. And I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but I believe it was like a 2.68, something like that, lower than this movie, which then just made me like throw out the complete rating system of Letterboxd in general, because I would have said that this movie is a 4.1 all day long. Have either one of you seen that movie?
I have not. My wife.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Most of your wives have probably had. But yeah, I can't get down with it. And my other question, Franco in the movie, what was it? Dave Franco. Is he related to the other Franco? The guy in Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his brother?
That's his brother.
Why are you
Yeah.
both looking at me? I'm asking a
Well,
question.
I
Just
thought- I
answer the
thought-
question. Don't look at
I-
me like I'm a dipshit.
That's a ridiculous question, Freddie.
That was
No,
ridiculous.
Why is it? I mean, they looked similar. I get it. Same last name. I'm just asking.
it's
asking.
James. Yeah, I mean that's a ridiculous. And his
James
brother, like,
Fred.
to his own credit, like yeah, his brother James is in Spider-Man, but then Dave's like in a bunch of famous more comedy movies too. Like he stars in Neighbors with Zac Efron. Like you've never
That was a good
you've never
movie.
seen
That was a funny movie.
So like yeah, I mean not knowing that Dave Franco and James Franco are related kind of
Right.
throws what
I thought you were
everything
kidding.
said out the window. Kind of just throws it out the window.
I figured they were. I was just asking. All right. Sorry.
Should have looked that one up.
True.
Okay,
They have to
all right.
Google.
All right. Crazy, but we're gonna try to get past that. So what was your rating?
Oh, it's a 1. And that's just a gracious
One
one.
flat.
It really is. Yeah, 1-1. I'll give it a 1-1. I don't want to go lower than a 1, but it was terrible. And I passed the baton to you, Nolan. You're shaking your head both times for both of us. Like you obviously love this movie. You're in a new relationship. Maybe that has something to do with it. Please enlighten me and let me get this to a 1-7.
Yeah. So this movie the script was written by a guy who's Australian. His name's Michael Shanks, and he said that the movie is supposed to embody his experience within relationships, probably like in a very extreme way, right? So personally, for me, when I watched this movie, it made me uncomfortable. It had me sit up on my seat, on the edge of my seat, and it's at certain points certainly jaw dropping. So for sure, like with any movie that has a plot similar to this, there's going to have to be some like weird circumstance for why the series of events that play out happen, right? Because again, like at least for what we know, things like this just don't happen ever, right? Which is probably to Freddie's point why he criticizes a little bit because he can't really relate to something like this taking place. But I think that Brad, I think that we saw you grow a little bit with your movie reviewing because you sort of got to the point of it being like, relationships and, being stuck to one another. And there's obviously some scenes in this movie that are completely ridiculous.
Right.
But I mean, listen, I might be a little bit biased because I'm the one picking the movie so far, and we're going to switch that up this week. I rated this movie a 4 out of 5. So I'm one of those folks that are letting the movie carry on and are holding up the average. But again, if you take a look at what the people are saying, I'm closer than both of you. I think that this is a really good movie, but as I've said for the past 2 weeks, and I will say it again, you have to know what to expect, or you have to temper your expectations, I guess is the better way of saying it. What my advisement would be, because you heard 2 really bad reviews here from these 2 folks. One of them didn't even know that James Franco and Dave Franco are related, so take that as you will. But what I will say is that something that always happens in the Nolan Judah household is that before I watch any movie, no matter what it is, I always watch the trailer. This is one where you have to watch the trailer, and if you don't like what you see, don't continue on. If you like what you see and you want to be made uncomfortable and you want to see crazy shit happening, and at the end you kind of want to be flabbergasted a little bit and have like several what the fuck moments, this is a good movie for you to watch. So it's a little bit unfair for both Freddie and Brad because I picked this movie as a part of this. They have to watch it, but I would recommend watch the trailer. Know what you're signing up for. If you don't want to watch a movie that's considered to be a bodily horror film, this probably isn't going to be for you. Probably go more with the reminders of him. And Brad, also, while you were describing that movie, I sent you the Colleen Hoover book so that now you can actually read the book along with the movie that you watched too.
Yeah. So my daughter read the book, and come to find out, I'm a big fan of hers because there's another movie that I really liked with you're going to test my skills. They're in a lawsuit with each other.
Yes.
Who is it, Fred? I forget. Sorry.
Yeah, I
don't
watched
know it
that
off the top
movie
of
as
my head.
well too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Can't even think of the name of it. But yes, she wrote the book, and both of these movies were on it. But I'll have to look that up.
Baldini, Justin Baldini,
yes.
and what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Yes.
Blake Lively.
Yes, and I did see that movie, and it was pretty good.
It was
Controversial
good.
film.
Very
Yes.
controversial.
Yes.
I wanted to, I lost my train of thought with something. Oh, I know what it was. Okay. 100%, Nolan. I always watch a trailer before the movie, but I actually vowed to myself when we do these in this format and the movie gets recommended to me from this podcast, you or Fred or whatever, I'm just going to watch it because I have to watch it no matter what for the podcast. So I'm completely surprised. I don't know what to expect, but I will agree with you. I always watch the trailer first to get it out, or at least some of it. I don't want to ruin some of the movie. I just want to get into it. But for this podcast only, I will not watch the trailer. I just get into it because we're watching it. We're watching it. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But that's the thing. You talk about somebody like myself who spends a good majority of my day with my wife. We work together. We golf together. You know, our home life together. Like I spend a lot of time with my wife. So I enjoy it. We work well together and everything like that. And so I understand the dynamic that they were going through. That's why I kind of, not that I related like we were going to be intertwined with each other when working, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say in her because then everyone will take that the wrong way because that's not
Clip
what's
that.
going on at work, unfortunately. But for the most part, I just thought it was super strange. But I'm excited to watch. But again, you guys are getting me to watch different movies that I wouldn't normally watch. That's why I
You
gave The
keep
Gorge
saying
a good one.
uncomfortable. What was the word that you just said? You said surprise, unsettling.
Yeah.
Like that's what this movie's supposed to do to you. Like it's a bodily horror film. Like it's supposed
Yeah.
to make you comfortable. It's supposed to be unsettling. It's supposed to be crazy. Like
Fair enough.
you're supposed to leave this movie looking at the person that you watched it with and being like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like that's what this movie's supposed to do to you. And
Yeah.
then if you watched it by yourself, which I imagine, Brad, it sounds like you did, you then
Had
go to
to.
social media and post a picture of you with your hood up, kind of like you're hiding, like you were a kid again, being like, "What did I just watch?" That was the equivalent of you looking at Sarah, who didn't get to watch this film, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
instead of looking at her and being like, "What the fuck did we just watch?" You posted a Facebook post showing that like you were like bundled up because this movie just made you uncomfortable for the last hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That is the point of this movie. This movie's not supposed to make you feel good. It's not supposed to have you leaving it being like, "Wow, you know what? I could really relate to that." Like that's
That's
not
a
what this.
fair point. That's a fair point. I did leave the movie with this weird, uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
And if that was the plan, I got it. It worked then. It worked.
We'll see maybe next week. Maybe you both should rewatch it now.
No way.
No. We're on to the next movie.
I'm not. I understand where you're coming from about like what it's supposed to be, and stuff like that. It's just I'm not going to lower my bar because it's supposed to be lowered and I'm supposed to expect lower or you get what you want, you got to understand what you're going to get out of it. Yeah, fine. I get that part of it, but I'm not going to just lower my standards because it's supposed to be this weird, unsettling, uncomfortable movie. Like, okay, there are a lot of movies out there that are unsettling and uncomfortable, but more relatable. Like the drinking out of the water thing, like first of all, they lost me in scene one. The two dogs eating their faces, I'm done. Like, come on, grow up. This is so silly. I mean, it would have been cool for like a sleepover, a bunch of girls chit-chatting and talk about boys, and then they put this on and they get scared and they're giggling and stuff. That might have been a good atmosphere for this, but for me, I don't know. It doesn't hit like that for me.
Interesting.
Hey, the beauty of this show is that you're allowed to have that opinion. I'm glad that we differ, right? Because then in
That's
the
the
comment,
point.
you'll
Yeah.
be able to find, where you stand. I have talked to some people that do follow this this part of the podcast, and they've all reached out to me, being like, "Holy shit! Like that movie's crazy," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like we're not throwing softballs here, guys. Like, look
No.
at like what you said. What we're here to do. And these movies that I picked, I think I said last week too, if you go back and take a look, I said that we were turning it up with this movie. And
You did.
what I meant by that is that, this movie is insane. To Freddie's point, I kind of like the insanity of it all. Like that's what I'm kind of sitting there like, what's going to happen next? Like like the opening scene, two dogs eating each other's face. Like what the fuck? What can you do after that? You know what I'm saying?
What's
So like I'm
next?
kind of into that stuff. So again, this movie shows sort of the difference in kind of what we're looking for when we sit down and look for a film. The good news is that we'll watch a good variety of different movies, and I'm sure we'll have more differing opinions as we carry on. Right?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, shout out Dave Franco. Shout out Alison Brie. Any other
Yeah.
comments on Together? Let us know.
No.
While you're
I,
commenting,
I
throw
want
us a
to. I
like.
want people to drop some comments. I really want to get a conversation going about this.
Yeah.
Those people you talked about, tell them to drop some. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I know, Brad, you had mentioned that you watched Reminders of Him. Great. Anything else, Freddy, TV show wise? Brad, you guys are watching right now?
I did end up. I finished DTF St. Louis. I thought it was awesome. Jason
Well,
Bateman got it.
I'm a Jason Bateman guy too, but I'm very curious, and I didn't even elaborate on your text message when you said it was awesome. Why did you think it was so great? I wanted to love this series so much, and I think Nolan even texted me after like episode 2, and he was just like, "What?" It just like I thought that it was like all over the place, and it just I don't know, it was strange. I
I thought it
wanted
was
to love this show
very
so much.
funny. I thought it was
Oh,
very.
there was a lot of funny parts. I wouldn't.
So that was one thing that I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good all around. But yeah, mostly because of the one-liners. Like it was funny to me. I like David Harbour, so I thought his character was hilarious. And
That's
obviously,
was David Harbour the guy who died?
yes.
Okay. What now? Now this is a spoiler here for everybody. So if you haven't watched it, this is totally going to be a spoiler. Like I guess I was a little lost as to like Bateman gave him that medicine and he drank it. Like what was I missed that part. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it or something. That's where I was a little lost at the end.
What do you mean? Well, he
You gotta
gave.
go
So
Yeah,
rewatch episode
yeah.
4.
He-
Rewatch episode
4, 5, and
rewatch it.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will definitely, because again, I'm a Bateman guy too. I wanted to love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So I'm gonna give it a couple. I'm gonna rewatch. Nolan, you're shaking your head. Terrible.
I don't think the show is terrible. I think that this kind of falls into the same category of what I was just talking about. Like the show is very strange. You gotta be ready to. I think Brad texted me about it, and I replied to him. I was like, "Yeah, very strange." But I think that I haven't watched the final episode yet, so I will
Oh.
soon, so I can comment on it. 4, 5, and 6, or if like episodes 4 and 5, it actually I think it's really good because you start to see the story sort of unwind
Yeah.
and some of the pieces start to plug in, and then it gets really intriguing, like something that shouldn't really be much of a spoiler, like when Bateman, his character, calls in his lawyer. You're kind of like, what the fuck? And then like it starts to
Yeah.
unravel the story to where everything starts tying together. But again, very weird concept. Like you got to be ready to see some things you probably could live without ever seeing, and that's kind of how this one goes. But I think it's a good show. I'm not really big on Jason Bateman, so I could take him or leave him. Again, another guy. I think Arrested Development is one of the worst shows. So Will Arnett, Jason Bateman.
No, I love that show. I thought it was great.
Man, that show is so super annoying. If you want to get annoyed, 6 seasons, you watch that show.
6. Yeah, it is a long one. It is a long one.
Yeah.
It is a long one.
All right. Sorry, Freddie. We kind of cut you off with DTF St. Louis. Anything else?
No, I started with Rooster, so like I'm all caught up on Rooster. I thought that's hilarious as well. So
I love it.
now
Are you watching it, Nolan?
Yeah. I
Are you
probably
completely caught up?
I probably have 2 episodes to watch. How many episodes are out?
there's probably like
Seven?
7-ish.
Yeah.
My thing is, I thought it was over before I watched it, and then realized that now I got to wait every week.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They gotcha.
So
They gotcha. I'm not going to comment on it because I want, and let's maybe talk about it a little more next week. I want Nolan to watch it because there's an interesting part that comes up. So let's talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'll
it
watch
involves
the.
you, Brad. There's one line in it that is a line that I've said to you many times.
What? Do tell.
Episode 1. Why do you hate women?
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Hey, some big contracts coming out of the WNBA.
Huge.
Huge for the women. Very nice. Yeah, Brad, I will watch the final episode of DTF St. Louis, and then I will get caught up on. I think those episodes drop on Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday
Yeah,
night,
I'll
10 o'clock.
They're real quick, dude. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 25 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have 3 to watch. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. For me, season 2 finale of Pitt was last week.
Like it?
Disappointed.
Don't like it? Disappointed.
Listen, I think that The Pit is a fantastic show. I think that anybody
Right.
wants a really good show that keeps you entertained throughout these full 2 seasons. The Pit is certainly there. Listen, I'm going to say something a little controversial here. I'm not a very political guy. Season
Okay.
2 is like very obviously like making political statements within the show. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So listen,
absolutely.
I still think that the show is fantastic. Season finale, I could take it or leave it. The political statements certainly become more obvious in season 2, but still a show that is worth checking out. I mean, I loved it. I still do. I'll watch season 3 and I'll watch it every week, but some big news came out today is that Silo season 3 be available
I
on July 3rd. So,
I
I
gotta
know
watch that.
Yeah,
April
that's
20th.
Apple, right?
What's that?
Yes.
That's Apple, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Great show. So that'll take place in July. So that'll be one to look out for. If you haven't seen season 1 or season 2 of Silo, it
I
stars
gotta check
Rebecca.
that out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will too.
it stars Rebecca Ferguson. I think that she's one of the greatest actresses of all time. Shout out Dune Part 1 and Part 2, and Dune 3 that'll come out this year. So
I'm
check
trying
that.
to stay off of socials because of Euphoria. I'm waiting to the end of Euphoria so I can binge it.
I've never seen it, never seen
Oh,
Euphoria, but all I keep seeing is the like on Twitter and stuff.
yeah.
People will just like take memes of Sydney Sweeney,
Yes.
and
They did.
apparently her character is like personifying a OnlyFans model or something. So it's just the most ridiculous memes of
Yeah.
all time. But that's about all I
Now,
know about Euphoria.
as a whole, I think it could be top 10 best shows of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm on it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's gonna make you uncomfortable a bit though, Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
I will be honest, I watched the first 2 episodes then, because one of my daughters had said that she was watching it, and
Don't
after
watch it
watching
with
the
your kid.
very first episode, I looked at her mother
Yeah.
and I said, "I don't want
Yeah.
her watching this
Yeah.
anymore." She's
Well,
21, but still.
that's a tough watch with your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, the first episode, I was like, "What?" So,
Yeah, what are you
yeah,
gonna do? All
what are you
right.
gonna do?
Any other shows or anything, guys? I'm trying to think if there's anything that I watched outside of that. I watched some other. Me and Sarah went to go see The Mummy.
Oh,
A
how
Lee
was that?
Um, I mean, I kind of like the plot a little bit, but the most egregious shit will happen and no one will react. That's my problem with that movie. Like, most egregious shit. Like,
What do you
one
mean, like
example, without spoiling anything, there will be someone, a human being that looks incredibly distorted. Watch the movie to find out why. Is scaling back and forth on the ceiling. Nobody reacts.
nobody in the movie?
Correct. Nobody
Okay.
like their grandmother is sitting on the couch behind me here, and she couldn't care less. She's like, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool."
Interesting.
It's like, what the fuck? I literally left the movie. Sarah asked me, she's like, "Let me guess, 2.5." I was like, right on the money. So, listen, I think it's cool though. I like stuff like that. Like she's,
Yeah.
catacombs, stuff like that. Pretty cool. Or not catacombs. Sorry, that's as above. So, never mind. Nonetheless, watch The Mummy, I guess, if you want.
I do
But
love how Nolan's relationship is slowly building over these months. She nailed his pick of the movie right on the way out.
I'm very
I'm
vocal.
liking this.
I'm very vocal. So if you want to see the worst movie that I've seen this year, it's Primate. Go ahead and watch that. That'll be 2 hours that you'll never get back. Terrible. We will never.
Probably.
This. If I have anything to do with it, this segment here will never watch that movie. Terrible.
Appreciate
But
you.
all right,
Appreciate you.
cool. Brad, I think you selected the movie for this week. So
I did. I selected it this week. I'm super excited about it. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan growing up. So the biopic, Michael Jackson, comes out Friday, April 24th. I will be going to the movies, which I'm excited about. I haven't been in quite some time. And actually, the last biopic that was released with Springsteen was the last movie I went to. Just realized in my old age, I only go to movies for biopics, which is crazy to me. But I'm super excited. Big part of my childhood. I'm very curious what Nolan's thought is on the movie, and he's obviously significantly younger than both of us. So I'm curious what Nolan thinks of it and what information he knew prior to going into the movie. I think I know how Freddy's going to like it, but I'm very curious. I'm really excited to go to the movies on Friday with Sarah. We'll talk about it next week.
I'm a big biopic fan, so I have a feeling that it'll be just fine. And I like Michael Jackson.
Okay, that was going to be my question.
I'm all good on that.
I
But
mean, I've seen Freddy moonwalk, so I'm not even going to ask. Like, yeah, I mean, I already know.
let me see if anybody has seen it yet. These diehards that get the early release and stuff.
On the on Letterboxd.
Yeah. But while
Okay.
I'm looking too, I just want to put this out there that I think we're going to be going to the movies back-to-back weeks.
What's
It comes out next week?
What's that?
Freddy, any guesses? Devil Wears Prada 2.
Nice. And I'm getting the Prada popcorn collectible bag. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. It's a little Prada bag, a collectible that they fill up with popcorn.
I'll get it too. Consider it done. Well, I can't believe I'm going to the movies back to back.
Slay.
Back-to-back week. I'm going to just pull that, right? Like Devil Wears. That's one that this, like, for the people, we have to do that movie.
Well,
like, it
I'm gonna rewatch the first one next week.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm going to rewatch the first one too.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch the first one too.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Anne Hathaway's American Treasure. Yeah.
Fred's a big Anne Hathaway fan.
Me too. All right.
Wow. All right.
Michael has a preliminary rating of 3.6 out of 5.
Okay. How does it?
If I'm not mistaken,
19,000.
Okay. Is that?
If I'm not mistaken, this will be the highest rated movie that we've reviewed.
Yeah. Together was the rating before this.
Together was the highest?
Together.
Yeah.
The one you guys just trashed on is the second.
Yeah, that
highest.
one we trashed on. Yeah. Awesome.
Crazy. All right. Anything else,
Nolan's
guys?
so frustrated with us today. I don't know if he's frustrated with our thoughts on the movies or that he's stuck in Louisiana. Like, I think it's a little bit of both.
Listen, I love the state of Louisiana, and I think that it's fantastic. The sun is shining. It's 80 degrees here. Freddie can relate to this. It's fantastic.
It's 80 here, bro.
I'm going to go to a restaurant that was recommended to me that's right on the lake. I'm going to sit there.
What town?
I'm at a Holiday Inn Express in Lake Charles,
Lake
Louisiana.
Charles? Okay.
Yeah. Great place. Very wholesome place. If you're ever in Louisiana, check out. The sandwich place that I had yesterday is like nationally recognized here. I think it's called Dillard's. I was there yesterday. Dylan's, something like that. I ate there. I don't know why I don't remember the name. But again,
get some gumbo. Get some gumbo.
See, I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
I'll wait for the group text while you guys are arguing about tonight's game and what you ate this evening.
Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think there's much of an argument.
All right. We'll see you boys next week.
Like and subscribe.
Get it.